Hello, Sonicstate, and I'm Tomek from Health Devices, and we have 6 new modules for you on the Superbooth 17. Maybe we'll start with the Praga, which is the control voltage mixer. It have a control voltage over panning and volume. Especially a unique feature is that the fader here will override the control voltage feed into the socket, so you still can use this to really mute the channel. You have also the clickless mute and 2 modes of operating with holding this for unipolar or bipolar control voltages. You have 2 auxiliary sends and stereo returns with this knob. So this is the send A and send B, and here is the knob for send A, 0 send, and send B. These mixers will be chainable, so you can use 2 of them for 8 channels or even longer chains.
So when are you hoping to have the Praga ready?
This is a production unit, so it will soon be shipped to our distributors. So we will end assembling of them like in, I think, middle of June. So on the beginning of July should be available from the dealers. Another new module, and this really are 2 modules, and this is the start of our small 8-bit digital subsystem. This is a Resna module, which is analog to digital and digital to analog 8-bit converter. It takes the analog signals, translate it to 8-bit signals that are just gates on this output. And here are the gate inputs for this 8 bits. What you can do with this, you can manipulate control voltage or audio signal in many different ways. If you use the sine wave like now, okay, something happening, and okay, so here you have a sine wave that is incoming signal, and the blue one is the signal that is coming from the Resna. The Lipsk is the expander that can invert, flip the bits from the Resna. So you link these 2 halves of the Resna, and the Lipsk now is in the middle. And when I start flipping the bits, you can see this crazy wave shaping effect on this. So you can manipulate with the signals in completely different way from analog one. This is just a fraction of possible uses of Resna, because you can use this as a very complex bit crusher, because you can decide what to do with all these bits. You can swap them, like you use the 4-bit instead of 7. You can also connect only, for example, 4 bits for 4-bit conversion and have this nice gritty, like chiptune sound, for example. Also, those are still the gate outputs and gate inputs. So if you see here, this is showing what's happening on these outputs. You can use them to trigger your envelopes on drums, things like this.
So you can essentially put any source into it.
Yes, it works with really any source. It can produce really different things. If you feed this with audio, we will have audio signals on outputs. It will be multiplication of the square wave multiplication of the incoming signal. But if you feed this with your LFOs, your envelopes, you can do all sort of crazy stuff with this. And this is only the start. It will be much bigger subsystem with lots of expanders to mess with your signals. Next new module is the Tallinn. Maybe I will show you just to hear this. Now we take the signal for our Belgrade multimode filter in self-oscillation, and I'm changing the frequency with this LFO signal, which is distracted by we can do this manually, but we can also feed these inputs with some gates or square waves and automatize this behavior.
So basically kind of just a system to make really, really complex waves and LFOs and stuff like that. But
yes, of course.
yeah. Excellent. So you've got the Tallinn as well, right?
Yes, the Tallinn is our take on VCA. The first nice feature is that it can give you a boost, so it's really not just a voltage control attenuator, it is really amplifier. It can amplify incoming signals. You have two flavors of drive here. So this one is the clean signal, this one gives you more odd harmonics, and this one can give you more even harmonics. Another nice feature is independent exponential and linear inputs. You can use both of them in the same time, and this one channel will act almost like two independent VCAs in series. So if you feed exponential input with your envelope and the linear with your LFO, you will have like control over amplitude with the envelope and like kind of tremolo effect with your LFO. And the LFO won't open the VCA, the only envelope will open this and give you the effect of tremolo. We have also two new versions of all our old module. First is the Evastopol, which is the new feature is improved input and output part. So on the output you have now balanced output, so you can use this as your main output from modular. On the input there is really much more gain, so you can use with your piezo microphones and even overdrive them. So it's really gives you lots of gain here. There are also now two modes of operating with your envelope follower, the short one and the long one. In the short one, you can the follower is really snappy and fast, so it can follow even some like clicks and glitches or very fast percussive sounds and give you nice spikes of control voltage. There is also a comparator with the threshold here, and the new feature is inverted output. So these are the new features of the new Evastopol. And here is a Tirana, which is a new version of our small sequencer. I will connect this now to. Okay, the new feature on Tirana is introduction of ratcheting. So in the first revision you could choose any step repetition by 2, 3 or 4. And now you can choose with holding them longer also the ratcheting, so this fast burst of triggers. Another new feature is that you can divide incoming clock by holding, for example, 2 steps, and you have a clock divided by 2, by 3 or by 4. There is also new behavior of the trigger output. Now it is a gate or trigger output. You can choose if you want to have a gate or trigger on this output, and the length of the gate will depend from the pulse wave of the incoming clock. So you can, if you want to have a longer gate, just change the weight of the incoming clock. Okay, so these are our new modules. We still have also our old one like Belgrade, Kamenets, and especially Batumi. So that's, I think, all for now. Thank you very much for watching.
Excellent. Thank you very much.